Hello good friends and welcome to CE-5 Academy. My name is Ashley. It is a real pleasure to be here with you. For those of you who are joining us for the first time here on CE-5 Academy, thank you and welcome to this amazing beautiful channel. My name is Ashley. I am the host of the channel at the moment, and what we aim to do on this channel is basically to educate people around how to best do CE5s. As you may well know, CE5 is the process of initiating peaceful, positive, and diplomatic contact with extraterrestrial intelligences. And we have a lot of great material on our channels. If you would wish to have a look at it, feel free to do so and browse through the channel or leave us a comment with any questions that you may have. Today I really just feel like speaking about the idea of the future of the movement and the future of the CE5 movement and its growth. So for those who are joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And again, your advice is a co-creation. It is not just me speaking to you guys. I really invite you guys to this a roundtable discussion. Please feel free to add your voice and add your comments in the comments below. So, my good friends, today we're going to speak about the idea of the future of the movement, which is something I'm extremely passionate about and something that I really wish to have a positive contribution towards, and so I really felt that it was important to speak about it, especially today. And so I really want to invite you guys to also add your voice as I'm speaking about what your thoughts would be on the future of the movement. So I think that the movement is definitely growing, and I'm talking about the CE-5 movement, not only the ufology movement. The ufology movement is definitely growing for sure. I think we would be able to separate the CE-5 movement from the ufology movement a bit and have it stand on its own. We could say that it is a movement that is definitely growing. We are obviously pretty small here on this channel, but there are many other amazing channels around the YouTube world which are pretty significant, as well as many other online portals where people initiate contact. And maybe it's not even called CE-5, it's called something else, but what I wish to speak about is basically the idea of ET contact and the movement forward. So again, thank you so much for being here, and I really hope to have more of you here in the future as we grow together. I think that this movement is going to be growing significantly in the future because of many different points. One, the ufology movement is growing. Obviously, we've seen that through the disclosure of ATIP, as well as various other government programs that have come through the service in the last couple of years, which has really assisted the ufology movement to not be so ridiculed anymore. I feel that ATIP, as well as many of these other programs which are now out in the public field, will really assist us to educate other people without having the fear of backlash, judgment, or ridicule, which is something that the ufology movement has actually been feeling for a couple of decades, if not more. So we're definitely entering a time where this is becoming a normal subject, and where this subject is being taken a little bit more seriously. As the ufology subject becomes a little bit more serious in the views and eyes of the populace, the mass populace out there, there's obviously the side of the contact aspect to it. You know, as people realize, hey, okay, maybe we're not alone, then if this UFO phenomenon is real and we are not alone, then that means that there are ways of making contact with these beings. And as they do their research, they will also find that, yes, there are many ways of contacting these beings, CE-5 being one of them. I believe that CE-5 is obviously the most mainstream and most popular idea of them all, and so it is a good chance that they will fall on CE-5 just like I have. I think that doing so will definitely bring about a lot of collective energy to the movement, which will increase and expand our own individual experiences. You must remember that as we grow together as a collective in our individual countries and as well as individual cities, we add our voice and energy to the collective of the world who are also doing CE-5. So basically it's like a vote. The more people do CE-5, the more we vote for, yes, we would like to have contact with advanced societies. Again, there's also the idea that Dr. Greer is coming out with a new movie in the future, apparently, called CE-5, or Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. I think that this movie will follow Sirius as well as Unacknowledged, and that will be a beautiful, beautiful production that will really allow people in the ufology space, as well as people outside of the ufology space, to really understand what CE-5 is all about. I know that there are a lot of confusion. There is a lot of confusion around CE-5 and what CE-5 is and what CE-5 can do. Some people are afraid. Some people think it's just too good to be true. And everyone is entitled to their opinions. But I think that with the new production of Dr. Stephen Greer, he will most probably make it a little bit clearer for most people as to what CE-5 is and who can do CE-5s. Because again, people think that they are not enough to do CE-5s. But my friends, if you have a heart and if you have a mind, you are so equipped to do CE-5s. It's incredible. So again, I think that the future of the movement is looking bright and it's looking really positive and it's looking beautiful, obviously because there's all you beautiful people in it, but also because I think that a lot of things are coming to the table. A lot of things are coming to the surface in the ufology space as well as in the CE-5 space. And those things I would say is our weaknesses and our strengths. If I could classify the whole movement as one people or one entity, I would say that we have weaknesses and we have strengths. And I would say that both of these ideas are actually the exact same thing, that our strength and our weaknesses come from the exact same thing, which is unity. You see, one of our great strengths in the face of the planet, so to speak, in the face of the mass populace out there who don't really know about the UFO phenomenon, is that we are united against and with one common purpose, which is we are not alone. We have been taught that we grew up in a world that thinks that we are alone in this universe, but clearly that is not the fact. We are not alone. And that is what unifies us as a group. But what separates us as well is our weakness. It's our separation, and it's the fact that my teacher said this, or my guru said this, or there are bad ETs, or he thinks there's no bad ETs, so he's not good, he's not a good source, or this guy said this, or there's a lot of arguments and a lot of separation in the field between players themselves because one has said this and the other has said that. And I think that that is a beautiful weakness because of that weakness, it is allowing us to realize that, hey, that is a weakness and that does not look good in the eyes of people who are trying to learn about this subject. And so we really need to rectify this. We really need to unite, and we need to continue our unification behind the cause that we are not alone, and that bringing this information to the public and to the world is incredibly important. It is most possibly the biggest story in the human history. And so having the ability to recognize this and to see that there are more things that unite us than there are that separate us, then I think it's a great thing for the movement moving forward. And I think that each of us watching this video right now or hearing this video later we all have a responsibility and we all have a role to play in the unification of this planet through the way that we live our lives every day, as well as the way that we interact with our fellow co-workers in this field. And so again, I really encourage you guys to always use the utmost sense of compassion, the utmost sense of understanding, and the utmost sense of love. And again, judgment and prejudice, I don't think has a great place in this movement. That's the reason why we have such a big weakness, which is our separation, is because of judgment and prejudice that we have on other people because they believe certain things that we don't. So again, this is all a game of beliefs at the end of the day, but we all believe the one thing. We're not alone. And so I think that that is really going to play to our advantage, and I am extremely excited to be here with all of you guys and to have the ability to co-create this world with you. Yes, I think that's really what I wanted to speak about today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I think that you watching this right now have a real responsibility and a great role and a great ability to affect people around you in a very positive way. And so I continue to encourage you guys to keep doing that to the best of your ability, through the way that you speak to your family, the way that you treat the cashier at the shop, or the way that you just engage with the world around you, be it humans or animals. This is the way that you live your life, and the way that you live your life will reflect on the collective as to how we wish to live our lives collectively together. Because again, you're not an individual separate from the whole, you are an individual that is part of the whole. Without you, the whole would not be whole. So remember that, you are worthy, and the fact that you are here is incredibly important. And so remember that you have the power to make positive change, just like you have the power to make negative change. And again, that's not such a bad thing, but if we have the option of choosing positive or negative, why not choose positive? That's the goal. My friends, keep choosing positive. This was a very short live chat. Thank you very much for being here with me. I really appreciate all of you guys and all the great support that we receive on this channel. As some of you have may seen, we've recently launched out a little call for volunteers to grow the channel. This is because I am currently in a space of myself relieving myself of my duties with my other company, which is a honey company that I run here in Cape Town. That has been taking a lot of my time for the last 3 years, and I've arrived at a state in my journey where I am excited, ready, and extremely passionate to begin my journey on a more serious note with CE-5 Academy. And so I believe that doing so and me committing to that is really exciting for me, and I think that it would be amazing to have support from all you beautiful people in any way or capacity that you can. So again, if you haven't seen our call for volunteers, feel free to have a look at our post on our community page, and it will outline basically people that we're looking for. And again, even if you will not become a representative or be a volunteer, just the fact that you are here right now means a whole lot and really has a great impact and a great effect. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and thank you for being here and being alive and being awesome. Because if you're watching this channel, it means you must be awesome, and I know that you are awesome, and I just wish you guys all the very best.